Well, we got another busy day here. It is day 2, race day 2. It's like day 6 or 7 of us being on the road, but race day 2 at Central Arizona Raceway. Onyx last night won his heat, started 3rd in the feature, finished 5th, had a really good run. We're gonna try and free him up just a little bit more today. We had a mechanical issue, very simple mechanical issue in the late model here, so I didn't make it out for the heat. Started 28th in the feature and got up to 14th. Without any cautions, car felt really good, so I don't think I'm going to change a whole lot for starting today. Mostly standard maintenance today. Transmissions are new, so I'm changing oil in both transmissions. Got the battery chargers going, got some tire work to do. Basic stuff. What'd you do? That was perfectly fine the other day.
Found the problem.
Little fuzz. Can't be having fuzz in your nose. Body shopping. Tire flipping. Putting some heat in it before we start here. Unfortunately, Onyx drew terrible. He will start in the back of his heat, and I start on the pin. Front row. Over the air cleaner nut, just to hold that nut in place, keep it from spinning loose, and also keep it from oxygenating and breaking.
Jake Smith and Ariel Mueller, that is the front row starters in this one. A couple of drivers representing the North Star State for 8 laps. 3rd and final heat race for limited mods. Ready to get after it as they exit the DRD graphics restart zone. Here we go.
Jake Smith will lead him into turn number 1 to get some pressure right now from Travis Sawyer down the inside. Smith, though, able to hold him off. He'll drive away by 2 car lengths down the backstretch.
Jess Brecky coming to calls, won the 13B, nearly a 3-car contest. For second is Ariel Mueller trying to hold on to P2. But Travis Sauer in car number 1SX has got second. As Jake Smith picking up from where he left off last night. The 21 is out in front and looking pretty speedy here around the 3/8 mile.
Jess Brecky going the low side this time. Had a lot of momentum, a lot of speed that last time using the high line through 3 and 4. This time, though, going low. Couldn't quite get the pass on Sauer. That Sauer hangs on that second spot. And now he's starting to reel in your race leader, Jake Smith. Now it's going to be Brecky and Sauer side by side. Brecky down low, Sauer up top. Drag racing into turn number 3.
Brecky's got a lot of laps here on the new configuration. Wasn't with us for the IMCA TV Winter Nationals presented by Pit Stop Motorsports, but back in November during the Harvest Hustle Turkey Classic, actually picked up a victory during Thanksgiving weekend. That was in the IMCA Modifieds, trying to move into position number 2 and gain. You know, any spot you get is a positive, and of course, the higher you finish up, the better you have a chance at starting towards the front of your feature.
Cross flags are out for the field here in this 8-lap heat races. Little crosshairs going on a couple laps ago between Brecky and Sauer. They made contact, come off of turn number 4. Both drivers able to continue on, though. Sauer still hanging on that second spot. Brecky trying to regroup and reel him back in and pull up side by side with him right now, though. It looks like Sauer able to stay put in that second spot and able to hold off Brecky. Don't know if anything happened suspension-wise up there, but Brecky right now does not have the charge they had just a few laps ago.
Not too bad of a battle for 6th between the 001 of Swearingen. Joseph Swearingen trying to keep back Onyx Johnson, the 73. Johnson was pretty fast in his heat race yesterday. Obviously finished 5th in the feature. You got to know that Onyx Johnson a little frustrated, not able to have any overtakes in the positive column as the race for second going to come down in this final lap, although they're starting to kind of claw their way towards Jake Smith, Jason.
Yeah, completely different track for these limited mods here tonight. Last night they were last to go out in heat races. Tonight they are first. And Jake Smith right now able to hold court as he leads the field through turns 3 and 4. One final time. One more chance for Sauer. Can't quite make it happen. Checker flag will fly for the 21 machine of a Jake Smith. Travis Sawyer will come home in a second, followed by Jess Brecky, Ariel Mueller, and Tyler Doell rounds out your top 5.
Joseph Swearingen will finish in 6th and Onyx Johnson 7th.
There was just nothing he could do there. The track was just Too much momentum.
Just got up there.
Nothing you could do, bud.
No, now we'll start 24th behind a bunch of idiots.
I guess I'll go next. High momentum, one lane is hopefully a good thing for me.
6 divisions as the Near D graphics restart. We go green and we are underway here. The final heat race of the night for your late models.
Things getting wild for third on back, but it looks like the 10C of Chad Olson is going to find a path around the rest of the competition. Goes up to third. Battle for the race lead, Zach Johnson and Rob Maya. Zach Johnson will lead lap number 1, but Maya is trying to stay in stride with your race leader in the 73.
They're still duking out for that third position through turns 1 and 2 as the 85 of Josh Leonard starting to come to life. Now Leonard one car almost goes around there. That's the number 74 machine of Carl Tipton. Tipton will lose a couple of spots in that exchange. He'll fall back to the 6th position as we have a battle for second right now starting to brew. Rob Maya has it, but here comes the number 10 machine, of Chad Olson.
Yeah, Chad Olson looking really good. Started 6th. Oh boy, just as we were singing his praises, we're talking about that narrow and very treacherous cushion, especially in turns 1 and 2. It has definitely spit some cars up and chewed them up. It's going to fall back to 4th as the 85, Josh Leonard, up to P3.
Yeah, Josh Leonard up to P3 as this time Chad Olson goes a lot lower through turns 1 and 2. As that corner entry in turn number 1, it has been a kryptonite for some of these drivers here so far in these first 2 nights. Out front, though, no issue for the 73 machine of Zach Johnson. He has that Longhorn chassis humming down the back straightaway here at Central Arizona Raceway, followed by Rob Maya in second. Third is Josh Leonard in the number 85 machine, and Chad Olson around hanging on to 4th. But here comes the number 1 machine of Amelia Eisenschenk.
White flag going to be put on display here for Zach Johnson. 4 more corners is all that separates Zach Johnson from this victory here in heat race number 3 here at Central Arizona Raceway, the Early Mincy Memorial Early Thaw Series. Zach Johnson into 3, coming out of turn number 4, will pick up the dub. Zach Johnson will win it. Rob Maya finishes 2nd. 3rd will be Josh Leonard. 4th at the line, Chad Olson keeps back Amelia Eisenschenk.
Well, I got the heat race win. Now I'm gonna start 3rd row inside, so I'll be starting 5th. Got some real hot shoes around me there. Clayton Stuckey, Ricky Weiss, Don Shaw. I forget who else, but not gonna be an easy one. Should be a fun one. All right, we got tires ground, we got fuel added. We made no changes to Onyx's car. In fact, we put his worst set of tires on because he's starting 19th. So he's on kind of poor tires, is what it is. I start 5th. I mentioned that to you. No changes to my car either. That's gonna make our tires muddy. Do you have a game plan?
Try to move forward, but not too much because there's a lot of idiots out there and high odds of several wrecks happening. So,
You sound like Kyle Busch.
I should.
Derek, we have 1 chrome wheel and 1 black wheel on each side of the late model.
I wasn't loving the wheel cover situation.
Just because of that, you mean you're talking? Yeah, it's pretty poor standards. We may have found a solution for the situation.
Needed to do a finger snap.
We gotta come in here and do like a, there. Now at least this side has 2 black wheels. We're just gonna have to ignore this side. It's disappointing.
Got some black spray paint.
No, I'm not doing that to that wheel.
Lights are out. Our first main event of 6 ready to commence here, Jason.
Field getting ready to come to life as they roll through the DRD graphics restart zone. Green flag is in the air and we are underway. Here for tonight's 20 lap limited mod main event. field fans out. Couple of drivers already bouncing off the wall through turns 1 and 2 as the Nightmare Lucas Rodin will show the way. And on the back straightaway off of turn number 4, he will lead lap number 1 with Pace Herrera in second, and they're side by side for third.
19 laps to go, and the 19 is really getting on the go pedal. Lucas Rodin, he's got the top place position. James Trantina the third, battling with Pace Herrera for the second spot. A little bit of a short slider from Trantina. Herrera drives it down the racetrack, tries to answer with a counterattack. Great battle for P2 here.
Yeah, Jake Smith right behind that battle for P2 right now. He's looking low, now he's looking high. He might just split the middle. We saw him do that last night as he made up some ground on the field as Lucas Rodin driving away. And Trantina now finally clears Pace Herrera for that second spot. Here comes Jake Smith to the inside of Herrera. They're battling for third now.
Jake Smith may see an opening here to procure second place from Trantina the third. Trantina the third holding on to second, kind of going to block that inside run in turns 3 and 4 as it's Jake Smith in third, fourth, Pace Herrera. Fifth is kind of a three-car tangle. You've got the 1SX of Travis Sauer, Tyler Johnson, and Jess Brecky all involved in that little bit of a skirmish as Lucas Rodin is just rolling with 5 to go.
Lucas Rodin, the man out front, followed by the number 19 machine of Trantina. Jake Smith, though, starting to reel in the backside of that number 19X as they work off on turn number 2. 3-car lengths the advantage right now for Trantina as he throws a rooster tail up on the backside of the racetrack. 1 car off the track. That is the number 8 machine of Tyler Doel. He made contact with the wall in the opening lap. Looks like a right rear flat for him as another car comes off the track off of turn 2.
That's the 83X of Garrett Veltman. He's going to pull it into the infield. Seems to be out of Harden's way. That race for second is kind of narrowed down, Jason. There's just 2 cars. James Trantina the third and Jake Smith. They're close proximity with each other, but who's not in close proximity? Lucas Rodin. 2.346 seconds. A full straightaway ahead of your current runner-up is the Nightmare trying to score another victory here. It would be win number 8. There's been 14 races. He's won 7 of them. As Dakota Gerard pulls him the infield in the 0.
Yeah, right now Jess Brecky and Tyler Johnson are trying to do battle with the 1SX of Travis Sawyer for that 5th position. Brecky just got her in the 75, and Johnson now has a sight set on the number 1 machine, trying to move up into the 5th place. Pace Herrera, who was about a car length in front of this battle 2 laps ago, he's now pulled it away by about 10 car lengths from this battle for 5th as Jake Smith now going to assault the top side of the racetrack, trying to take over 2nd from Trantina.
And Jared Klein also getting the mix in that black with the metallic 77. So we're at the halfway point. Your race leader, Lucas Rodin, you can see the tail end of the lead lap field. Looks like Paul Parks in the 50 is the last car on the lead lap currently at the moment.
Trantina right now in that 2nd spot, but the gap is closing. Jake Smith has been using the high line the last couple laps through turns 1 and 2. Now drops it all the way down to the berm through 3 and 4. Almost pulled up side by side with him as they work their way back into turn number 1. Jake Smith going to go low. Trantina using that middle groove. Smith with a nice strong run. They will be side by side off of 2 down the back straightaway. Drag race into 3. Give it to Smith with a slight advantage.
Trantina trying to keep him pinched down, but Jake Smith answers with a brilliant exit out of turn number 4. In lap number 12, it's the 21 of Jake Smith. A couple double-duty drivers racing for position number 2. Lucas Rodin now, he is going to the bottom of the racetrack in turns 3 and 4. He's going to have to move around some of the slower traffic. The advantage at the start-finish line was 7 to go, nearly 3 full seconds.
Yeah, we'll see how that gap narrows down now as Lucas Rodin trying to work his way around this nightmarish lap traffic. Jake Smith in a second, trying to pull away from the 19X of Trantina and see if he doesn't have anything for the number 19 of Lucas Rodin. He narrowed the gap by a smidge there, now 2.5 seconds.
Corey Wilder in car number 65 is the driver in question, about to be placed a lap down by Lucas Rodin. Eric Weinmiller also in sight in car 44. 2 lap cars between positions 1 and 2. Nearly 2 full seconds as Jake Smith definitely making up ground. However, he's yet to deal with some of the back markers here in this one. It'll be less than 5 laps to go, Jason, as they complete lap 16. This time around the 3/8 mile.
Yeah, Lucas Lucas Rodine just riding around the bottom side of the racetrack, able to put these drivers a lap down. Now he goes top side through turns 1 and 2 as Jake Smith has finally now caught the drivers that just went a lap down from Rodine. He has 3 cars in between himself and the race leader. But Rodine, though, picking him off with ease right now as he works off of turn number 4.
Ted Dell in car number 95, and it looks like also in the crosshairs, Onyx Johnson, last night's 5th place finisher in the 73, may fall victim to the 19 of Lucas Rodine. Jake Smith has gotten through some of the lap traffic, and the gap is still about right around 2 full seconds. He's really got to get the jetpack kicked into full gear here to catch up with Lucas Rodine. Right now, Lucas Rodine is a nightmare against everyone else on the field.
Yeah, it was 2.3 second gap, now 1.9 back to Jake Smith. So Jake Smith reeled him in, but the white flag is in the air. One more time around for Lucas Rodine as he works his way off of turn number 2. Jake Smith still has his hands full of lap traffic.
With just 2 more corners to go in this one, the 19 of Lucas Rodine showing everybody why they call him a nightmare. Win number 8 for the racer. Starting in position number 1, the 15S from Shreveport, Louisiana, Clay Stuckey will be on the inside. Pole position to his outside in the Ricky and Brenda Kai-owned 38T, originally from Santa Maria, California, now residing in Belle Plaine, Iowa. Last night's feature winner, Dylan Thornton. Ricky Weiss out of Headingley, Manitoba, Canada in the 7 will start P3. Don Shaw, 42S, Ham Lake, Minnesota is where he is from. He will start 4th. Zach Johnson from Larry, Minnesota in the 73 will start P5.
23 starters here tonight's 25 lap late model main event. Stuckey and Thornton, your front row coming through the DRD Graphics Restart Zone. Green's in the air. We're underway. 25 laps on the docket here tonight. As they're side by side for the top spot. Oh, Dylan Thornton hard into the outside wall. He's going to ride it all the way through turns 1 and 2. And last night's main event winner brings out the early caution here. So not sure if they made contact. Thornton, though, doesn't appear to be too happy with that 15 as comes across his nose there. Actually looks like right front suspension is broken on that car, so cosmetically it looks good. Underneath, though, definitely some issues, and Dylan Thornton's night will come to an early end here as we will have a complete restart as Ricky Weiss also comes to a stop on the racetrack in turn number 4. He started in row number 2 right behind Dylan Thornton. Didn't see if he got a piece of that or not.
Well, and steering wheel's coming off, and so is the helmet.
Oh.
This is not looking good for Ricky Weiss, the all-time winningest driver with this series since it was brought back in 2023. Ricky Weiss is out of the race car.
Field comes through their DRD Graphics Restart Zone. Green flag in the air. Let's try it again. Here tonight at Central Arizona Raceway, Clay Stuckey will get the early advantage off a turn at number 2, but Don Shaw trying to fight back down the inside. Couldn't quite do it. He'll follow the tire tracks on the 15 machine as they work their way off a turn number 4. Stuckey will be your race leader. He'll lead a lap number 1. We got to wad it up in the backstretch again. 5 cars coming down the racetrack, 2 more up on the wall. And a 6th one comes in the picture.
And some carnage there.
Green flag in the air. We are underway. Let's see if this one sticks here.
Well, it's deja vu all over again. Clay Stuckey, a great start over his counterpart on the front row, Don Shaw. And lap number 1, it took us 3 attempts, but it looks like this one is going to be complete in the books, and the 15S will lead us.
Clay Stuckey will be your race leader, followed by Don Shaw in that 2nd spot as they're duking out for 3rd. Give that spot now to the 73B of Adam Bowman. Bowman drive away from 4th place runner right now. Number 2 of Rusty Coleman. The field works their way down the front straightaway. It's still Stuckey out front, followed by Shaw. It's Cole Schill now in the 44s starting to come to life.
Yeah, Cole Schill looking really good. A good run last night, finishing 5th inside the top 5 again here tonight. Rob May of the 37M from Central Oregon City of Bend, Oregon. Currently P5.
You see the in-car camera view from Chad Olson's car right now coming off a turn number 2. trying to work over some traffic here as right now he is back in the 7th position, just 6 cars ahead of him as Clay Stuckey has driven away. Zach Johnson, though, he is pulling right up to the back bumper of that 42 is Shaw. He'll go inside now, battling for that second spot. Going to be a drag race, give the advantage to Shaw down the back straightaway, but Johnson's coming right back on the inside.
It's a battle between the two Minnesotans as Johnson tries to make the necessary pass. Don Shaw, though, flying on the top shelf, Jason. It's a razor-thin margin on the top shelf, especially in turn number 4 as the cushion continues to get moved and moved closer to that wall. But the 42 finding just the sweet spot and able to retain second.
Yeah, very good exit speed off of turn number 2 for Don Shaw. Zach Johnson, once again, going to bury his nose down to the inside, but Shaw so strong coming off of turn number 2 as one car very slow through turns 3 and 4. It's the 78 of Steve Stoltz. That car limping to the infield. Looks like he will get off, so we will stay green flag racing here. As Clay Stuckey, actually Stoltz is not going to come off the racetrack. Yellow flag's going to fly here, I do believe. Yellow flag flies.
Man, tough break for Stoltz. Looks like he was trying to make the turn, but obviously an unsafe situation there, and we go yellow for the 3rd time in this race.
And as we come through the DRD Graphics restart zone, it's back in the air. Stuckey, he'll lead him to turn number 1. As Don Shaw going to try to hold off Zach Johnson. Shaw will clear Johnson. Now Johnson, though, fight back to the inside as Cole Schill peeks his nose in the picture. Here goes Chad Olson as well. Olson now moves up to the 5th. He just got past Rob Maya. Zach Johnson and Don Shaw continue their battle for that 2nd spot. Give it to Johnson as Cole Schill down to the inside of Shaw for 3rd. The 44 of Cole Schill has lit the wick on his race cars. Olson goes around in turn number 2. Gets a little contact there from, I believe that was the 15.
Yeah, Layla Eisenshank.
Through the DRD Graphics restart zone, we're underway once again. 16 laps to go here tonight's main event for your late models. And Don Shaw actually going to drive away from Zach Johnson. Johnson not get a good restart this time. Shaw now finds himself solely in possession of 2nd place. Trying to reel in your race leader, though, Clay Stuckey. Stuckey has led since the drop of the rag here tonight. And he continues to show the way.
Josh Leonard up to 3rd. A great restart for the 85. Able to get around Cole Schill. Now going to get around Zach Johnson. Johnson trying to reclaim P3. And Josh Leonard also has the current runner-up in his head. Bottom of the racetrack really coming to the 85 of Josh Leonard.
Yeah, as Don Shaw diamonds off that corner, comes right across the nose on the 85 machine of Leonard. Zach Johnson going to try to fight back on the outside now of the 85 machine. That red 73 of Johnson coming back to life as the rooster tail gets thrown up from Don Shaw. Almost made contact with the wall. They're still side by side behind him for 3rd. Give it to the 73 now of Johnson.
Going to be past the midway point this time around. 13 laps complete and 12 to go. Your leader, Clay Stuckey. Don Shaw 2nd. Zach Johnson trying to claim P2. Josh Leonard is 4th. Cole Schill 5th. Tomas Hunziker running in 6th. Larry Fitzsimmons 7th. Carl Tipton is 8th. Tyler Peterson from the back 9th. And completing the top 10 is Terry Carter in the 6T, although he's got Lyndon Bolden, car number 3X, all over the back end of him.
Good bounce back from Carl Tipton right now, running in the 8th spot after coming to the pits a couple of times there, being involved in some early caution flags. Right now he finds himself in 8th as Clay Stuckey, probably a few more laps, will catch the tail end of the field as C. Rogers back there going to be the first car to go 1 lap down, and things might get interesting here as Chad Olson now very slow on the racetrack. He'll go around the bottom side as everybody gets by him. We'll see if he brings it off the racetrack off of turn number 2. It's still Stuckey out front as Shaw and Johnson continue their battle for 2nd.
Looks like Olson able to get it in the infield. That'll keep us going green. Less than 10 laps to go. To be specific, 8 laps remaining for your race leader, Clay Stuckey, the Western Louisiana from Shreveport, LA, showing the way in this one.
Stuckey out front, entering turn, or coming off a turn number 4, has a couple of guys right in front of him, doing battle for position on the tail end of the lead lap. That's allowing Don Shaw and Zach Johnson to reel him in. As Johnson out to the inside of Shaw once more. Can't quite complete the pass. As Rogers comes off the racetrack, his race is done as well. And Clay Stuckey still has not been able to get around this lap traffic.
Yeah, Jaden Kreis, Rob Maya, and looks like Layla Eisenshake are the three drivers right in view. The 15 Eisenshake is going to be the next one for the 15S of Stuckey to deal with. Stuckey trying to get on the inside. Here comes Shaw. Here comes Johnson as that gap is closed down big time with 5 to go.
Yeah, Eisenshake kind of slammed the door on your race leader, Clay Stuckey. That's allowing Don Shaw to reel in that number 15 machine. Well, it was once 10 car lengths, is now 3 car lengths as Stuckey now finally goes the inside of Eisenshake to put her 1 lap down. Eisenshake to fight back a little bit on the bottom side as Don Shaw, he'll go around the outside. There's contact made, I believe, from Eisenshake and Shaw. Shaw, though, keeps it on the throttle. He'll still be in the tire tracks of the 15 machine of Stuckey.
And Don Shaw, this 42S is coming to life here late, but running out of time. With 3 to go, Clay Stuckey, Don Shaw, Zach Johnson, your top 3 all right there. And here comes Josh Leonard to make it no lap cars between the top 4.
Josh Leonard couldn't quite get past Eisenshake that last time. Those are the top 3 continue to battle it out as Don Shaw trying to hold off the hard charge of the 73 of Zach Johnson and also reeling the 15 of Clay Stuckey. Stuckey out front using the bottom lane everywhere right now, trying to catfish around the bottom side of the racetrack as Shaw maintains that second spot, but Stuckey starting to stretch his legs just a little bit as they come to the white flag this time by.
Clay Stuckey last night finished in position number 4. And is looking to crack off a big win here. Got the lead on lap number 1. It was a battle to get here, but Clay Stuckey from Shreveport, Louisiana will win night number 2 of the Ernie Mency Memorial Early Thaw Series here at Central Arizona Raceway. Don Shaw finishes 2nd, Zach Johnson 3rd, Josh Leonard will be 4th at the line, beating out Cole Schill.
Well, that was a sort of a weird, bittersweet type of race right there. We had that mix-up on the first lap. So we end up losing a really good car there with Thornton going out. And then Ricky breaks down, so we lose a second good car. Just weird. And then, of course, I passed Don twice to get in there in the mix for second. And I really believe I'd have had something for Stuckey, for Clayton there, but is what it is. You know, Don knew that third time he couldn't leave the door open, and he did a good job doing what he had to do. But this thing was fast, really good. I melted the tires right off of it. It started taking rubber halfway through the race, and I knew the tires were shot, but I was pushing hard. Whatever, car's in good shape, car's fast, good race. Congrats to Clayton. And Onyx's car is clean. I only got to watch about 3 laps of his because I had to come get in. With the running order tonight, I had to get in my own car. But I know he moved up a few spots, and it looks like he's pretty clean. He told me he got up into the wall out of corner 2 one time, so. Oh yeah. Oh, that's nothing. Shoot, it didn't even get into here. He's even good at hitting the wall. He does it right. I'm gonna probably not run this one again. Now clean up your mess, Derek.
Does this smell like brake clean?
Yeah. Does this smell like chloroform? Alex, what's your thoughts?
We did good.
We did good. What do we have to do to do better?
Pass cars.
Yeah, that, go fast. I would agree.
Turn left.
Yeah, I'm glad we're on the same page.
Yeah.
Onyx, thoughts on your race?
Boring.
Boring? Yeah, I hear you.
I got more thoughts on the heat race, and it'd sure be nice to not be the first race of the night.
Yeah.
Or if we are, to get somewhat of a track.
Yeah.
I'll take that track, but when I'm starting front row, though.
Yeah, exactly. Nah, that's just a tough part of it. Someone's got to go first, and you were the unlucky dog.
Yep. Throw the car covers on, put on a pizza, and go to bed.
That's not a bad plan.
Think we get a heat race out of this?
I mean, I think we could, but I don't know that we'd do very well in that heat. You can have that, like make an end table out of it.
Or a
slipper. There are 2 people that will get that joke, and it's just me and Derek, so you're welcome, everybody else. Well, it's about time to put these things to bed. Not you guys, the cars. You gotta give them their blankets. There we go. There's your blankie for the night. All right, that is enough yo mama jokes.
That's what your mom said.
No, your mom said that.
I was actually here earlier. She said that.
I know, she's a sweet lady. She made us bars. All right, nighty-night, cars. All right, now say goodnight to the viewers properly.
Properly.
Doodles.
We don't know how to do it properly. That was
He
the
said
only proper
toodles.
way.
No, Alex nailed it.